everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since a sit-down video. Well, for the last couple of weeks, I've been working on my late stage review, which is my second year examination. It's like a mini viva. It's the last assessment before you submit and have your actual viva and defend your thesis. So I just thought that instead of just doing a full vlog by itself, I will touch on what is a PhD and what it entails and how do you go about getting your PhD. So a PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. When you look at academic progression, PhD is normally at the top in the upper echelon of academia. Normally it takes, I guess, around, well, not from primary school. From primary school it takes forever. I've been in school all my life. It takes about 21 years to get there. But once you start tertiary education, it takes about 5 to 7 years to get to your PhD, depending on what system you're in. But in the British system, 3 years undergrad, or maybe a year master's, and then you get your PhD. Or there are a few people that go straight from undergrad to PhD, either 3 years and then start a PhD, or 4 years, which is an integrated master's or BSc master's, etc. Just speaking from the UK system. So what do you do in a PhD? Well, first of all, there are different types of PhD. There's like the engineering doctorate. There are a few others, but for myself, I'm doing just a boring PhD. What a PhD is a sustained piece of work. So you're doing research for about 3-4 years, and you're being supervised by a member of staff, academic member of staff. Maybe it could be 2 or 3 of them. And what does a PhD entail? And I'm going to touch on what a PhD entails here at Imperial College London. That's where I'm doing my PhD, because it's a bit different, the system, as you go across different universities. So at Imperial, you come in your first year, you are required to do your research plan. So you have your first 3 months, first 12 weeks, you have to prepare a report with your research plan so that they know, okay, you're on track, you know what you're doing, kind of. And then within the 6 to 9 month mark, we have our early stage assessment. I have a video when I was preparing for that, I'll link it above. And our early stage assessment, it's where they kind of decide if you have a PhD project or if they're gonna downgrade you to MPhil, which is a Master's of Philosophy, which is a research master's. Essentially, it would have been the case that you've been doing research for a year, but your work isn't necessarily to the standard required for a PhD, so they would demote you. But that rarely happens because, again, a PhD is a sustained piece of work where you have to explore different ideas, different concepts, and in that it's an assessment, not an exam. They look to see what your approaches are. Do you actually have a concrete project that you can put forward? And then you have 2 more years to explore that. So then within that first year, it's up to you and your supervisor what's happening. And then in your second year, towards the end of your second year, which I am towards now, between the 18 to 24 month mark, you have to do a late stage review. Now this late stage review is a bit different than the LSR. This one is where they want to see a detail, like an idea of what your table of contents is going to be, the work thus far, the completion date, because then pretty much you have 12 months left to complete your PhD. So they want to see that you have these things in place, you have your methodology, there's a structure to your work, and there's definitely a path that you're going down now, because it's kind of too late to not have a path, I guess. Not knowing what you're doing with 12 months because you need to still write up in that period. So as part of the LSR as well, you're supposed to give a presentation, which is like a mini viva, and your assessor is supposed to ask you all these questions, so you know, challenge the ideas and approaches that you have, which acts as a pre-viva in that sense, because in the following year when you submit, you're actually going to defend your work. You have to be like, oh, you know, I actually did this because of this, and it gives you a good idea of what to expect, but also help you to critically think about what you're doing as you go forward for the next 12 months. So right now I am working on my LSR, so the rest of the vlog is going to be about me preparing for my LSR, but I'll do another video if you're interested on, you know, what PhD is more in depth, and maybe include some of my office mates. If you want that, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know if you do. And so let's go work. So come work with me on my late stage review. Hi, so I just came to main campus to get some food. I didn't actually cook today, so I went to check the farmers market, but they didn't have much left, so I just got some food from F54, yeah. So just some rice and lentils and chicken. So I'm gonna have that now. It's quite hot here. It's 33 today. I guess this is like the last bit of summer that's left, but I'm gonna eat this and head back to the office and keep working. What's up? So I am currently emptying my desk because tomorrow they're putting up my standing desk. I won't get to use it much just tomorrow because I'm away for a while for Basilica's wedding. But yeah, so I'm just clearing up my desk, seeing all the stuff I have, but I also have work to do. So I'm not spending too much time actually sorting through the items that I have, just trying to get them out so that tomorrow when people come to assemble my standing desk, it's good. Cool. I do have quite a bit of personal items in this. I have this diary that I haven't used yet. My boss on my internship gave it to me when I was doing it. It's from House of Lords. I'm just kind of holding on to it. It's in the bag and everything. Hi, so this is me. I forgot to sign out to the vlog yesterday, but on another note, my desk is up. It's supposed to be over there where my desk is, but I'm just standing here because I'm going to Greece for Seliki's wedding. But I just thought I'd show you what the standing desk is about.